So there was no other solution except that I have to get out and speak and share my story with the rest of the world. The world have to know what happened to me, what happened to my family, what happened to my brother, the level of abuse that is happening. I felt, of course, shocked and definitely terrified, because my brother's, at that time when he was detained, it was not normal detention. He was more like kidnapped. He disappeared from the face of the earth. We were searching for him for days, wondering where he disappeared, until later we found out that he was actually detained by the Saudi secret police. After that, we tried to communicate with the Saudi officials, with the office of the Saudi secret police, but they kept denying any knowledge for a whole month, and we didn't get any confirmation from them that they had actually my brother until a month from his disappearance. And from that point, we know that he's with them, but we're not allowed to know anything. They wouldn't share where he is, how he's doing, why he was detained, nothing at all. So the whole thing was really traumatizing from the first moment we found out until like even today. The first couple of weeks when my brother disappeared, we were in complete shock and worry and concern, because this is something that is completely not normal, that someone would just vanish without any notice. My brother especially was very communicative. He was always in contact with us. He kept in touch on daily basis. He phoned my mother every single day. So she was the first to feel concerned, because she's not able to communicate with her son. The phone calls and text messages, nothing was going through. So it was very strange. It wasn't something normal. So of course we were in shock. We were scared. We were really worried. Oh, there's so many things I miss about my brother. I really miss his sense of humor, his really kindness, you know. Every once in a while he would just send me a message and, "Hey sis, how are you? I miss you. I haven't heard from you for a while." You know, I miss those messages. In general, just I miss the sense of gathering we used to have, the laughter, the jokes, talking about all sort of stuff, his caring and compassion, personality. Yeah, I just miss him, honestly, so much. It impacted my life in so many ways, impacted all of my family's lives, even people who are like just my friends and family members. My life in general completely got impacted by this, health-wise, you know, work-wise. Just like normal day-to-day is not the same anymore. We carry this with us every single day. Like I wake up every day and the first thing I think about is, how is my brother? Where is he? How is he doing? How long is it gonna go? You know, so it really affects us on a deep level. And of course, why? The most important question is why? Why this brutality? Why this level of hatred and brutality? For what? For just tweets? For expressing your mind? For speaking up your thoughts? He was still, to this day, he's completely deprived of any communication with us. I mean, my mom haven't heard my brother's voice in more than 4 years. I haven't heard my brother's voice in more than 4 years. We haven't seen him more than 4 years. So why? I mean, the most basic human right is the least allow communication. So why we're not allowed to communicate with my brother? So yeah, it's just really frustrating. I wasn't an activist before, and I only became vocal after a full year since my brother was disappeared, because we basically gave up. There was no hope. We tried every possible avenue to reach out to the Saudi government. We tried knocking every single door we can reach, and unfortunately there was no response. There is no answers. My brother continued to be disappeared. We had no knowledge, no information of his situation except what we hear from witnesses, which was really horrifying. The torture, the abuse, the level of the abuse, all of these things were really concerning. And at that time it was hard to believe, but then his continued disappearance makes us believe that actually these things are happening, and even possibly worse. The murder of Jamal Khashoggi, it's been 4 years, and when that happened back then, it was like the wake-up call that such abuse could happen. The torture is actually very possibly is real, given that what happened to journalist Jamal Khashoggi. So after that, it was more of a shift for me that I need to be out and speaking, because obviously there is no solution, there is no other solution. So there was no other solution except that I have to get out and speak and share my story with the rest of the world. The world have to know what happened to me, what happened to my family, what happened to my brother, the level of abuse that is happening, and the only thing we can do is to speak about it, to get other international human rights organizations to back up and basically start to really see the level of the abuse that is happening in the country. And of course we're hoping also decision makers will help in carrying that message and helping us to free our loved ones. I have to use Twitter. It looks like it's like the Saudi parliament. It is where everything is happening. Obviously, Twitter is a big deal to, especially in Saudi Arabia, especially to the Saudi officials. I don't know why, but it seems like everything on Twitter have to be completely controlled. People have the need to express themselves, to speak out, to say what they feel, what they think, to speak about their rights, to speak about different issues that are happening whether in their daily life or in their country. But obviously, this is not something allowed in Saudi Arabia. So people want a venue to express, to vent. And Twitter is a big deal to Saudis because that's where they can vent, they can express themselves. But at the same time, it's a tool where the government, oppressive government, use it as a they weaponize that tool to oppress people, to hack people, to track people.